Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to week 18 of the Wrestling Rundown.
That's a lot.
Holy big numbers.
Yeah, that's a big one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's over there is 6. This is A-Train, and I'm Aldo Montoya. We're that stable people keep forgetting about.
No, you're dealing with the A factor.
Wrong letter. Lower.
Z factor.
Higher.
G factor.
Down.
That actually sounds like a cool name.
Down. Lower.
H factor.
Closer.
Hex factor.
Close enough.
Alright.
Nobody here has Ebola.
Nope.
That's a special health update.
Now we are perfect.
I
Wait.
feel pretty good about
Alright, good. I wasn't sure if you were gonna
that. No.
let us know
I feel
something
like it hasn't
now.
been sigh first.
Yeah, I was like, wait a
No,
second.
I started to speak, and then you started to speak, and I was not going to say, I wasn't going to try to talk over you for once.
I appreciate that.
It's not hard to talk over him, though.
Sure, though. Everything goes
So why don't we get started by reviewing Raw,
Yes.
which was on Monday,
Yes.
which is before today.
Yes.
So we watch it with our eyes, we're going to talk about it with our mouths, which aren't in our anuses.
Thank you, Rusev. We'll talk about anuses
Crush.
later.
Oh,
yeah,
we'll
we'll
get
get
to
into-
anuses later.
Yeah, we'll get to anuses,
We'll get into anuses later.
but we're gonna get Raw first.
Oh, yeah.
So Raw opened up with Dean Ambrose coming out. He was very stressed out. You know, we're getting closer.
There's nothing new.
Well, yeah. We're getting closer to Hell in a Cell.
I'm probably not why his hair is thinning out.
That's probably why.
He seems like a very high-stress individual.
Yeah. But he's talking about how he's stressed out because we're getting closer to Hell in a Cell, and he knows he's got the match against John Cena,
Standing in his way of what he wants.
which is that match, the Hell in a Cell match against Seth Rollins.
That's what I want.
He's been wanting to hurt Seth Rollins since June.
I
Me
don't
too.
want to fight Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell,
Why not?
because I'm about this big, and Seth Rollins is bigger and stronger, and faster, and more in shape.
Yeah. But if you're
And
Dean Ambrose,
flippier.
Oh,
if I was Dean Ambrose, I'd beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, which is exactly what Dean Ambrose wants to do. He said, you know what, I know exactly what I'm going to do at Hell in a Cell. I'm going to walk in, I'm going to grab the contract, I'm going to grab the pole, and I'm going to beat John Cena up with the pole, and then I'm going to move on to the Hell in a Cell match, and I'm going to bounce Seth Rollins' face off of the cell about 100 times like a basketball, and then I'm going to rip his face off.
That, in a nutshell, is every Dean Ambrose promo since the turn of the Shield.
Exactly. But he makes it different every time.
Yeah. But John Cena would have something else to say about this.
Say what?
Yeah, John Cena. Imagine him coming out and cutting a promo. That is so unlike
Go,
Cena.
wait,
John
wait,
Cena,
Cena-
you're drunk.
You mean Cena interrupted a guy who was getting over?
Mm-hmm.
And
Played
came
his
out-
music.
Yeah, they played his music so Cena could come out and cut a promo against that guy.
Yeah.
WWE, how do you come up with such innovative ideas all the time?
Man,
Yeah.
this is...
But Cena basically
this is
said,
next level stuff.
I bet
well,
someone else came out after Cena and then made a match involving the two guys who were in the ring.
I don't know. I'm going to have to try and jog my memory to see if that actually happens.
Alright, that's my
But
prediction.
first, John Cena would say, you know what? You need to stop worrying about what you're going to do at Hell in a Cell. You need to be training for Hell in a Cell because
Yeah.
you don't know what you're getting into when you're going against me.
Yeah, I got to give you some bad
Yeah, because
advice.
Dean Ambrose, you've never faced John Cena before. You've never beat him either.
Not one-on-one.
Not
He still knows what he's getting into.
No holds barred contract, no whole match.
Yeah.
That's scary shit.
Anyway, what would John Cena say?
He's giving him veteran advice that he needs to shut up and use the 2 weeks he's got to prepare. Because he's been at the top of the mountain 15 times. Which means he's fallen off the mountain a lot.
That hurts.
They're real here.
It's not really a mountain, it's like a molehill that he just kind of steps on and gets off.
Oh, okay.
Does he just stand there and guard it? Is that why no one else can get up? He's
Yeah.
just like shoving people off?
So yeah, the WWE is a king of the mountain
Yeah.
game.
Just constantly.
Yeah. But after attempting to put Dean Ambrose in his place and leaving, Dean Ambrose says, "Thanks for the veteran advice, big brother." And they get into their usual John Cena, Dean Ambrose insult spat.
Yeah.
And they're rudely interrupted by
the Authority. The Authority
Who
comprising
saw that coming?
the not you.
Nope. I'm just sitting here eating chicken.
The Authority comprised of just Stephanie and Triple H would come out and
I'm about Triple H and Stephanie.
well, it would have been, but Stephanie, she wears the pants relationships. She got to come on first.
And Triple H wears the black Speedo with the relationship.
Yes, he does, which usually looks like it's leather.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd come out and Stephanie would be like, you know what? I think the two of them would make a great tag team, don't you think? And Triple H goes, no, it wouldn't take very long for them to rip each other, but they can't wait to fight each other.
And Stephanie says, no, I think they're afraid to fight each other.
So how would we test that?
Well, bet on it.
All right, a standard bet.
Yeah, putting them in a tag team match.
And who would they put them against, Kevin?
2 teams.
2? What?
Triple threat tag team
Oh
match.
shit.
Let's double the stakes here, but not double the money. We're gonna go against the former tag team champions Jimmy and Jay Uso, and the current tag team champions Goldust and Stardust. Dust to dust.
And this match was
Dusty Dust.
this match was phenomenal.
Dust to dust.
Polka Dust. They're bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, good match.
Yes.
Awesome
The match was awesome.
First half of it was all Cena and Ambrose, whom I've dubbed the Dean Nation,
That's a good one.
against the Usos.
Yeah. They wouldn't tag in
Awesome.
Gold or Stardust.
Yeah, no one happened until Dean goes for his signature slingshot clothesline, stole from Desmond Wolfe, and Stardust
Just
blind
like that.
tag him. Was not paying attention. Close on your own hand.
There's no one there. I want to close on CM Punk. Something might go wrong.
I'm sad now.
We forgot to say that we were kicking it off before.
Yeah.
My bad.
We don't do that.
But yeah, and then you pull Uso out of the ring, chuck him across over the barricade into the ring announcer area, and we cut to commercial.
Which sucks.
Why?
Why commercials in the middle of matches?
Yeah. Stop.
Can we find a way around this, please?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
But we come back.
I think
and
I found a way around it. WWE. Don't cut to commercials in the middle of matches. Schedule your commercials around matches instead of...
WWE. Put Raw and SmackDown on the network.
There's commercials on the network now.
But they'd be able to choose when the commercials happen.
Yeah.
USA chooses
True.
on Raw. So that's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Great. I think the highlight for the match for me was the Usos did their double dive over the top rope in tandem onto Stardust and Goldust, followed by John Cena.
Cena Splash!
Cena jumped off the top rope to the outside. He looked nervous as fuck.
And you're just gonna.
He went for it, which
Yeah.
good on you, Cena.
Yeah, awesome.
Then Ambrose followed it up with his elbow drop to the everyone.
Yeah.
To the everyone. And then he's yelling
What?
at Cena.
Yeah, he threw his
Well,
Goldust
Cena
back in the
caught
ring.
a lot of the elbow drop.
Yeah.
He did.
He's getting ready for the Hell in a Cell match with Cena. He's trying to soften him up early. But yeah, he picked Goldust up, tossed him back in the ring, and then yelled, "John, why are you just sitting there?" And then he helped try and pick Cena up.
Yeah. And then we get a win from D Nation. Start calling them that. Tandem finishing moves on Dust to Dust.
Yeah.
The Usos were taken out by something.
John Cena's splash.
John Cena's splash
elbow
took the
drop.
Usos out. Yeah, we get a win from Dean Ambrose and John Cena. And Triple H goes, no, I hate losing. Gives Stephanie the $1, which is apparently a standard bet. I was unaware of this. Thank you for teaching me something on Raw.
Educational.
And Triple H would say, well, you know what, maybe that wasn't the spark. That
They
you
lacked.
needed."
Yeah, they lacked that trigger, that spark, and we're gonna make that spark tonight.
How are we gonna do that?
We're not gonna wait for Hell in a Cell pay-per-view.
Oh shit.
We're gonna make the main event of Raw tonight, Monday, a contract on a no holds pull.
No,
match.
no. It was a mat. No, it was a holds on a pole.
No, I think it was a pull on a contract holded by Bar. I don't know.
Match on a pole.
No holds barred contract on a pole match.
Ah,
Do
there
it.
it is.
I'm glad I wrote it down.
That's what I said the first time.
It's a good thing like no one messed that up on Raw.
No.
But yeah, we get
Consummate professionals they are.
Yeah, but we get that for our main event, so I was excited about that.
Yeah.
Then we'd go to a commercial, we'd come back, and we'd have a Divas Tag Team match where we'd have Paige and her new best friend, Alicia Fox, taking on AJ, and the diva she hates the least in the locker room, Layla.
I hated her the least out of these 4 divas because of the top she was wearing.
Yes, her...
I wonder, does that by just default make Layla AJ's best friend too?
No.
Well, yeah, by default it does.
No.
No?
No.
Best friend on the roster.
Okay, on the roster, yes.
Yes. I mean, that's what I meant. Like, out of
Besides,
potential partners.
yeah, besides CM Punk.
No, I was saying on Friday she talked about how her best friend is the Divas Championship.
This is true.
Yeah.
But we're not there yet.
I'm trying to correct you guys.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kevin, but you're jumping further into the week. But yeah, the match wouldn't
This
last.
ain't no quantum leap in here.
Yeah, this is the wrestling rundown, bro.
Quantum creep.
The match wouldn't last very long. AJ would be taking most of the action herself. She'd chase Paige around a little bit, and when she had the chance, she'd be going for the tag. Layla would jump down.
Layla, she's like, AJ's got this.
Yeah, she's like, no, it's good. And
I got pee, so...
which was funny because AJ actually did have it in the bag because she
Alicia tried to give her a roll up from behind. AJ held onto the rope, spun around, and gave Alicia Fox a shining wizard.
Yes, right to the
ending.
face. And yeah, AJ won the match, and then proceeded to, as Kevin Hawk likes to say, shit whip the hell. How was shit whip?
Shit whipped
Shit whipped
Layla
all over the place.
all over the guardrails.
Using every angle of the guardrail she possibly could to just destroy Layla.
She was trying to knock the hot off her, which she failed. But
Which I'm glad
But
she
pretty
failed.
pretty good attempt, though.
yeah, A for effort.
But then she'd calm herself down. She'd grab the Divas title. She'd be okay. She'd walk away. She was just fine. Yeah.
JBL would say, "You can't play mind games with somebody who's lost their mind."
Thank you, JBL.
Pearls of wisdom he has.
We'd go to the back, and Randy Orton would be talking to Stephanie Triple H and said, "Hey, you've got whoever wins this contract match tonight going on to face Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell." Well,
I want to be second place.
Well, said if Seth Rollins is the future, then the future's a long way off, and I'm still the face of the company. So let me have the other guy.
no.
Yeah, it says, I'm the face of the
Paying
company.
way more attention to Randy Orton than we did.
I'm the face of the company. So what do you do for the face of the company? Give me the loser.
Yeah. So now,
Let me fight the guy who's inferior.
So now whoever doesn't win out of John Cena versus Dean Ambrose will go
During
on.
that no poles barred stripper on a pole.
No,
Judy Bagwell on the forklift.
No, it's a Poles Joel on a match contract board. Right?
I think that's right.
Yeah.
So the loser of that match would go on to face Randy Orton inside Hell in a Cell.
And he would like to make it very eminent both times when he announced or said the options. If Cena wins, he fights Dean Ambrose in the main event at Hell in a Cell. And if Dean Ambrose wins, he would fight John Cena in the main event at Hell in a Cell.
Which doesn't make sense to me because wouldn't the match that this match is setting up for, whoever wins this match, shouldn't they be going to the main event match of Hell in a Cell?
Even by stipulation, like the fact that they're having so much build-up for the Seth Rollins match, by default you would think the winner would go on to the main event. Period.
Yeah. So the Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell should be the main event.
I've been thinking about this for a while, ever since he said that. Both things are true.
Suck it on, chicken bones.
There's going to be 2 matches happen simultaneously in the ring, but they're not allowed to interact with each other.
It's a lackluster WCW War Games. So speaking of Randy Orton, up next we have Randy Orton versus Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah!
And
This was
match
awesome.
of the week,
Holy
in my opinion.
crap.
Match of the week.
Not only was the match itself so solid, and you had both these guys just giving their all in a pay-per-view level match
You
on
don't
Monday
get-
Night Raw.
You don't get many This Is Awesomes during Monday Night Raw matches anymore.
Yeah.
You
and
got that like twice during this one.
at least twice, and the crowd was so into it.
This match did something for me, and I think it did this for a lot of
Gave
fans.
you a boner. Gave
No.
him a boner.
Yes.
A lot
Not
of fans
me.
got boners.
It gave you a cream soda.
Yeah. But no, I mean, it's a lot of the times that we notice, like, Randy Orton, like, John Cena and Randy Orton had a very paralleled career
Yeah.
for the most part. But Cena still keeps being up here, and Randy Orton keeps kind of getting pushed away every now and again.
Yeah, Randy Orton like actually has to go to the bottom to work his way back up.
And I think, like, a lot of fans get bored with Randy Orton because he cuts a lot of promos, he's slow, that kind
He's
of stuff.
methodical. Like,
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with Randy Orton myself.
But this, to me,
I
was
sometimes have an issue with Randy Orton.
this was one of those matches that reminds you, oh yeah, Randy Orton is really effing good.
Yes.
Like,
And Dolph Ziggler, who delivers all the time, was the perfect opponent to show us
what
that.
does he deliver?
Everything.
Did he deliver the pizza we
Yeah.
should eat?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. Orton and Ziggler put on a pay-per-view quality match. Hands
Absolutely.
down. Absolutely fantastic. A lot of great counter and exchanges from, like, signature moves and stuff that they do.
Yeah.
Orton's power slam off of catching Ziggler's kick was pretty awesome.
Yes.
And the move of the night,
Yes.
move of the week maybe,
The finish.
the powerbomb
Okay.
counter, or counter the famous, or picking up as a powerbomb and then pushing him out and pulling him down into an RKO.
Yeah.
Just oh man.
You know, they love to say RKO out of nowhere. In fact, they love it so much it's been all over the internet. I think
Yep. Even on
90
WWE.com.
I think 90% of internet bandwidth now is Randy Orton RKO memes. But, so they love to say it. Usually, as a fan who follows the product, you can see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah, it's very rare that you like, especially as of late. It's very rare that you get the RKO out of nowhere
Yeah.
because we've seen it from so many different.
Right.
A lot of times it really is out of somewhere.
Yeah. That, I really didn't see.
It was
I mean, I saw it, I didn't see it coming.
exactly, and it was an unbelievable finish to an unbelievable match. Halfway through the match,
I still don't believe it.
Seth Rollins had come down and was watching the match.
Bugging Orton.
And so after it was over,
Hey,
he
Randy, you gonna win?
He got into like kind of rubbing into Randy Orton like, hey, look what I can do, and so he curb stomped. He doesn't curb stomp with his hand. Curb
Do you really
stomp.
want me to?
Nope.
Okay,
He curbs-
so just don't.
That was the closest thing to a curb stomp. He curb stomped Dolph Ziggler's face
Cupid was
into
here.
the mat.
Just hold him back here.
That'd be weird.
I'd do it then.
So yeah, so Dolph Ziggler really got the shit end of the stick. But it was Seth Rollins kind of saying, hey, look what I can do. So you're not that special.
I wish he would yell that every time he jumps up for the cruise.
Look what I can do!
I can do.
Which is funny because, like, if he's trying to prove that he's better or equal to Randy Orton because he can also do his finisher, I want to see him try and curb stomp from powerbomb position. Because that was in no way nearly as cool as the RKO that happened.
It was true. Speaking of Seth Rollins, he would be, since he's already out there, we come back from commercial, and he'd be having a match against Jack Swagger.
The real American. With his
Was
manager, Dutch Mantel.
it wasn't as great as Orton versus Ziggler, but
By a long shot.
but it was a very solid match.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Seth Rollins did while Randy Orton was in his match, Randy Orton would saunter down about halfway through. He'd start watching the match, and so Rollins.
I was wondering, why did Orton bother leaving?
He put a shirt on. It's cold.
If he wanted to go out in his new shirt
Yeah, he had to
to
show
plug
off.
it to the live audience.
Yeah, he had to show off his new merch.
He should have, before his match, been like, hey Seth, if you're going to come out, bring my shirt, please.
Really, he probably just wanted some water.
Probably dehydrated. But yeah, so Seth.
People did do that for him.
You would think.
No. So Seth Rollins would win. RKO would be like, all right,
A few of them posted.
Randy Orton would be like...
RKO would be like, yeah, well, look what I can do. And he gave Jack Swagger or Randy Orton right in the middle of the ring.
Exactly. And it was... That's probably on the internet now, too.
Calling him RKO isn't inaccurate.
Yeah, it's true.
It's his fucking initials, bro.
Not just his regular initials, his fucking initials.
Yeah.
Like, if he's gonna fuck, those are the initials he gives.
But if he's not, it's RFO.
It would finish
Randy fucking Orton.
Poor Orton.
But yeah, Swagger loses. Orton comes in, all of the way Seth Rollins did, and RKO's Jack Swagger, and then gets uncomfortably close to Seth Rollins' face.
Yeah, and Seth Rollins gets really creeped out and, like, backs away, and Randy Orton owns the ring once again.
Alright. After that happened, we had Renee in the back welcoming her very special guest, Dean Ambrose. Yeah, that's right. And Dean Ambrose talked about what was going to happen, what he was going to do tonight. He wasn't going to be Mr. Nice Guy.
Who's he ever?
He's not going to be nice to John Cena, which I've dubbed as the name to his penis.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And, well, basically, he cheap plugged for Birmingham, or wherever the fuck they were. No, that was SmackDown.
No, they were in Atlanta.
Hotlanta.
Yeah.
So everyone's kept using Hotlanta.
Yeah.
But said that both Cena and Cena and Rollins are on the highway to hell. And when the promo was over, I was pretty sure that Renee Young was just about to do naughty things to herself.
Her panties evaporated.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
She gets that look.
She was moist.
I couldn't use that word.
And
Such a weird word.
she gave that look though, like as he walked away, she gave that look of yes, that's what I'm doing later tonight.
Yeah.
Like if Dean had asked me the same question, I just would have said you.
Awkward. Then we'd get Big Show talking about
Hot Atlanta.
Being a giant.
and his match that he's gonna have with Rusev coming up. Talking about Rusev has come out, he's run down this country so many times, and he's tried to paint me as a bad guy, but tonight's gonna be the night when Rusev finally falls. And we would get...
He fell a few times.
Yeah. We'd get a really good match between Rusev and Big Show.
Yeah.
It was very, very fun to watch Rusev get chopped to the point where it looked like he was about to start crying.
Yeah. For the most part of the beginning of the match...
Which for me would be 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Show was whooping his ass for most of this match. Just, showing off his strength, tossing him around.
From pillar to guardrail.
Yeah, absolutely. Just using everything to throw Rusev into. But it was when Rusev got that desperation drop kick that everything changed. He jumped literally he was level with his face.
His feet were 7 feet in the air.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's unbelievable. And
Just a two-story drop kick.
pretty much, well, actually, I think 10 feet is one story.
I don't care.
So, anyway, so Rusev completely changes the game at that point. He's in control for a while. Big Show's still trying to fight back.
But his face hurts really bad.
Well, yeah.
Rusev even did like a spin kick and shit.
Yeah, spin kicks and shit all week long. I believe he got the accolade on once, but Big Show broke out of it, and then that was and then that's when Mark Henry came down.
No, it was the first time he was in the accolade.
No.
Mark Henry came out and got on the apron. Rusev let go and knocked Mark Henry down.
That's right. And so then Mark Henry's down.
Rusev gets him back in the accolade,
and then
Mark Henry comes in and interferes, getting Big Show disqualified.
At which point it didn't really bother Big Show because
bothered me.
Big Show seems slightly bothered by it. to be honest.
No, his back hurt from the accolade.
I'm pretty sure he was a little bit bothered.
I don't think so.
He was still bothered by that drop kick.
I'd be bothered if a dude jumped 7 feet in the air and kicked me in the
Dude,
face.
it goes Rusev.
If a dude jumps 7 feet in the air, he'd miss your face completely.
Go fuck yourself.
Not if he was
Episode
on a
200.
ladder. If you were on a ladder and someone jumped 7 feet in the air, they can kick you in the face.
That's only if he's at the top of the 10-foot ladder.
Moving on, Sheamus
It's
creates...
so short, it's negative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sheamus creates.
Sheamus would create the plural for Miz, the Miz's, or the Mizai,
Or the Mizoos.
the Mizoos.
I like that one because it sounds like kazoos, and I like Edge and Christian.
But yeah, we have a match between Miz and Sheamus. Miz Dow on fucking fire.
He got half the camera time on the match.
Yeah.
He's just out there going above and beyond, just imitating this entire match. Absolutely phenomenal. The finish to this match, though, was the most clever count-out victory I've ever seen. It
There's
was...
one point I want to make.
Okay.
Sandow. You messed up one time. When
What?
Sheamus threw Miz at Sandow, Sandow didn't jump at Miz. And I think he should have if he was really committed to his stunt double move.
I should have jumped over the guardrail into the audience instead of out of the ring. No, as
anyway.
a stunt double, he felt obligated to pad Mrs. Fall.
I guess.
Yes. But yeah, so the finish of this match, Miz decides, since him and Mizdow are both down there, they both decide to try and go under the ring.
This was.
And-
I call this finish kind of clever.
I thought it was brilliant.
I call it Hornswoggle Party! Just saying.
So Miz and Mizdow both dive under the ring, and Sheamus grabs the first leg he can get, pulls him out. Oh crap! It's Sandow. You know, beats him down a little bit, gives him a bro kick, then goes back under to look for Miz. The referee is at a 9 count by this point. He looks under, can't find the Miz. He gets up just in time to hear the ref count 10 and realizes Miz has crawled all the way to the other side of the ring and jumped back in. I thought it was great. Because we didn't get a real, like, shifty, like, oh, the ref changed his count,
Yeah.
or anything like that. It was the best usage of a count-out victory I've ever seen. Because
I'm not going to say that I've ever seen, but
The
in
best
recent
that
history,
I've seen in a while.
Okay. Because
at least we've seen
reference
since,
the
I always
best
say
usage
that
in my mind.
probably,
I'm thinking
that's since
currently.
we've started the wrestling run.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I thought it added a really cool, you know, a new thing that we haven't seen used in a while.
The reason I call it kind of clever is because it relied on Sheamus not being smart enough to get back in the ring when he probably should have.
I believe it.
Like, I
Okay.
do believe it, but, you know, the plan revolved around Sheamus being an idiot.
Yeah. I still believe that.
That's never stopped you guys from calling Sheamus an idiot before.
I haven't really called him an idiot. I said I don't like watching wrestling.
Exactly.
And I don't...
I'm going to say he's an idiot now.
I like watching wrestle sometimes. Like when he beats the fuck out of Cesaro and Cesaro beats the fuck out of him.
Yes.
I like the second part better.
I just like watching them hit each other really hard.
But yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
So up next we had 6 Divas action. We had Brie, Natty, and Naomi taking on Cameron, Nikki, and Summer Rae. A really good match from all 6 of the girls.
Face Divas had 2 managers.
Yes, they did. They had Rosa Mendez and some reality bitch that I don't give a fuck about.
Nene Leaks.
I am sorry that you know that name.
I'm
put the
sorry
names-
that she leaks.
That's why I remember the name, because it's funny.
The face divas get a win. Just
Naomi never gets legally tagged in the match.
yes,
Yeah,
she-
that was
yeah.
dumb. Anyway.
But yeah, it was. I mean, there wasn't anything out of the box. It was just nice to see. Even Cameron was kind of on her game for this match.
That freaking NXT stuff's paying off.
So yeah, she's
She went down to that performance center and worked out a little bit with some of the NXT beeps.
she's learning something. So let's keep that up.
Keep learning, Cameron.
Yeah.
You're now 3 notches above Eva Marie.
Then we get a little segment where John Cena's talking about His match with Ambrose coming up.
Also talking with Renee Young.
Yes.
Just not giving him the eyes like she was Ambrose.
No, because she's very scared of Nikki. She would knock her out with one of her tits.
That's true.
Oh,
can I go on the
Not
finish
if
of
Dean
the
Ambrose
Divas
masters
tag
him.
team match?
yeah, go for it.
Where Nikki picks Brie up for the rack attack, and Brie kicks off the top rope
Yeah.
with her feet, causing her to backflip and land on her feet, and then hit the whatever she calls her version of the X Factor.
That's the name of the group we are.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
But yeah, and she got the win for her team that way, which I thought was a really clever counter for the rack attack.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan's been teaching her some good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sarah Del Rey.
And then we did the
Horrible.
Cena thing.
Yeah.
And that was boring.
Yeah.
Just Cena.
Yeah.
But I love that he ended the promo in the way that stereotypical, like, if the commissioner or general manager was making a match that was about to happen, Cena ended that promo, and that match is next.
Yeah.
And then they went to do the match.
No.
Then they went to commercial.
They went to commercial. Actually, well, I don't know. Actually, this was before the commercial. We had the brand new Bray Wyatt promo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is not Luke Harper's freedom. This is not Eric Rowan's freedom.
No, this is...
This is something completely different.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt will be, kind of referencing the Sister Abigail conversations that he had when he was a kid, saying that, he was special and that he was going to make his mark, and when he was through, he was going to leave nothing but smoke, desolation, and damnation.
During the vignette, he would actually disappear in a cloud of smoke.
Yes. The smoke would roll in, or the fog would roll in, envelop the whole room. We have an empty rocking chair, and
He says something, they have something of him speaking backwards.
yes, which we haven't. We need to find that, and we were talking about reversing it or messing with it, see if we can find out what he says. If you know what he says, post down in the comments, because we are very intrigued. I get more and more excited to see where this is going, especially for all three members of the Wyatt family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really interested where.
I've lately been wondering if this isn't going to lead to because a lot of speculation originally the Wyatt family was going to break up. I'm wondering if it's not even going to lead to that, just like a renewed Wyatt family, maybe.
It could. I mean, the Wyatts have still been teaming together on house shows.
Yeah.
And obviously people watching
And
these
going
house
to Malaysia to do autograph signings.
Yeah, with other creepy Malaysian Bray Wyatts.
Mm-hmm. And Bray Wyatt wears glasses, apparently.
Yes.
Didn't
He
know
does.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so.
Visually impaired.
So, to finish off the night, we have Stephanie and Triple H come out to watch the main event.
I would if I was them.
Absolutely. You want to
watch Stephanie's main event.
Let me get John Cena and Dean Ambrose make their way down to the ring, ready for the match. Then we get the rest of the Authority coming out to watch the main event. So you've got literally the entire Authority out there watching this. The match wasn't as long as I expected it to be. I think you.
Wait, what? Still thinking about Stephanie's main event.
The entire Authority is out there to watch the main event to determine who goes on to face Seth Rollins and Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
And the match wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be.
I felt like they should have had Orton, Kane, and Rollins come out together because they each got individual entrances.
Yeah.
Before the match got to start.
Yeah, and
so I feel like that took away from some of the time that match needed.
And we had an awkward send-off to Raw, which could have been added to the match.
Yeah, it was an awkwardly long send-off after. Well, spoiler alert: Ambrose wins.
Yeah,
due to some interference from Randy Orton.
Yeah, spoiler alert on the match that we're talking about. I'm about to tell you who wins.
Yeah, pretty much what happened in the match is, we had some good back and forth action between Ambrose and Cena. Then they
suplex on the ramp.
Yeah, yes, suplexes on the ramp. They were both fighting to get that contract, and then they used the fact that the Authority's out there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Cena threw Ambrose into the Authority. And so then
Orton
Rollins
took offense to that.
Yeah, Orton, Rollins, and Kane all decide, all right, fuck this, and they just start attacking both of them. And while Cena is distracted giving an AA to Kane in the corner, Dean Ambrose is climbing his way up to the top. John Cena gets up, looks, and goes, "Oh shit!" Realizes where Dean Ambrose is. Dean Ambrose
Does that?
was just messing with him. Cena takes a step. Boom. Dean Ambrose pulls down the contract. We get Dean Ambrose versus Seth
Dean
Rollins.
goes, "Aw."
Yeah. Gives him a little wave. But yeah, then we had the awkward.
Yeah,
Talk about the awkward send-off we had on Raw.
Rollins had retreated to the back during the fight with Kane and Orton.
Yeah, he was
during
done.
the match, and came back out
Yes.
to stare down with Ambrose. Orton tried to sneak back into the ring, and Cena fended him off. And then Rollins' music started to play as Raw faded off the air with an awkwardly long back and forth of the camera between Rollins and Ambrose, which I'm pretty sure they were discussing their post-show plans
Yeah.
to go to Denny's and eat bacon.
Because that's what I do after Raw. We've done that a couple times. Denny's is a good place to go after Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Or SmackDown.
Yeah.
Especially if you have one close by.
Yeah.
Because we do.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have one close by, it might not be such a good
Pick
place.
something different.
Yeah. Applebee's.
Yeah.
Applebee's is my new favorite. Fried crispy
Cherries,
wonton
maybe?
tacos.
Cherries is good. But that was
See,
it for-
the ending of Raw was that.
Yeah.
Awkwardly.
Yeah.
that we are now Kane, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton.
The new X Factor.
Yes.
That's the group we are.
Yeah.
Sure.
Awesome.
Just go.
But that was it for
Next Factor. Sure.
And then after the show,
oh yeah,
John Cena got on the microphone. This is after Raw went off the
yeah,
air.
this wasn't
So
on
we don't
Raw.
need this.
What?
We don't actually know this happened yet. But John Cena got back on the mic and congratulated Ambrose on winning the match and giving him veteran respect.
Yes, and would leave the ring and allow
Ambrose to have his moment.
Ambrose got to revel in the fact that he won the contract. Yeah, that didn't happen on Raw.
It happened after Raw went off the air.
Yeah,
But we don't know that happened yet. We'll find out later.
Yeah,
when
we'll
that
find out
happens.
later. But once again, that is it for the Raw review. We'll be moving on to our indie news segment. We've got the midweek wrap-up. We got the results from Fantasy Warfare. We have the SmackDown rundown. They're all over in a playlist over there. If you want to get a hold of us somehow, all of our information is down in the description of this video. We will see you at the indie news.
Yeah.
Okay.